I was confident that any construction project could be calculated, budgeted, scheduled, visualized, and then you could just sit back and watch the builders do it. But it's not as simple as it seems. Indeed, this $3 million house project showed me that everything can go very awry and become quite complex and challenging. Friends, the construction business is complex and unpredictable, but what you can definitely do is prepare and expand your knowledge. Get reliable information from a builder who has already gone down this path and is still on it. So, I recorded 100 video lessons where I shared my experience. I covered the entire process from choosing the land to the final finishing touches entirely. Simply follow the link in the description and become part of our construction community. I am in one of the most picturesque areas of Austin, and here I decided to build a $3 million house, which includes approximately 5,000 square feet, 5 rooms, a pool, a sauna, and rooms and terraces for relaxation. But most importantly, this absolutely stunning panoramic view. The picture seemed breathtakingly perfect. A house on a slope, 1 acre of land, implementing any stunning design. A stunning view. But something went wrong, and it all started with the drought. Building any house starts with buying a plot of land. I definitely wanted to buy a prime plot with a panoramic view. I know that a panoramic view sells a house. And when I saw this serene land, in that peaceful place behind me, boats were gracefully floating. Docks stood on the calm blue water, creating a picturesque scene. The view was so stunning that I immediately, without thinking, made an offer on the plot. Essentially, I paid $425,000 for the view, for the picture. But 6 months later, my dream started evaporating along with the water. The drought came, and the water level kept dropping, dropping, and dropping. And after 8 long months, I ultimately had to make a significant decision: either exit the project or continue building it. I talked to different people who have lived in Texas for a long time. Many assured me that the water would return in 3 to 4 years. And I believe in that, which is why I continued with this project. But along the way, I encountered a few more challenges. In any construction project, you need a point of support, like this column. Financing is essentially the foundation, the absolutely crucial backbone of the entire construction business and industry. We started actively looking for money and thoroughly while our permits were under review. But at that moment, banks started raising loan rates. To curb inflation, Federal Reserve System began increasing interest rates on loans. Banks started raising their interest rates. Many credit departments that worked with the construction sector and issued construction loans stopped lending altogether. Some even closed their departments entirely. We spent a long time searching for money. But in the end, we found the money at high interest rates, not very favorable terms. But we did it, despite the challenges, and the project successfully started moving forward. How could anyone have really predicted that interest rates would rise significantly to 12% instead of 5% on the construction loan? I am in a hut where people will enjoy themselves, and that was another challenge. Since we bought our land on a slope, which we found challenging, building on a slope often requires reverse construction and careful planning. First, the pool, terrace, and septic field are built, and then the foundation and the rest of the house are constructed, such as on a flat lot, it's ordinarily standard construction. You ordinarily build the main foundation, the house frame, and then usually add all the necessary elements around it. This way is much simpler and faster. In this case, it lengthened the process, made it more expensive, and slowed it down so much and complicated it to the point that we got very stuck here for several months. Not only was our view disappearing along with the water, but the interest rates were rising so much that it was unbearable to look at those numbers. We were building in reverse, but we also unexpectedly and quite suddenly hit a large rock. When we initially started digging the foundation of the construction project, we unexpectedly hit bedrock. This significantly slowed the process so much that instead of the planned 2 weeks, we were incredibly hammering at that foundation, that rock, for 2 extremely long months. In Texas, if you sign a construction contract with your builder, it is generally speaking likely that they will typically provide an addendum stating that they do not guarantee or take responsibility for the types of soil they encounter. That is, there might be soft soil here at first, but after 3 feet he might hit rock, and this is how he insures himself. He signs this part of the contract, the specific part where he does not take responsibility exactly for what different types of soil are underground. I had no agreement with anyone except myself, and I had to keep building. I had to dig into this land for 2 months. What is the solution to this problem? Of course, you can definitely order a survey at the time of purchasing the plot, and you can plan for this. But you will wait for the surveyor for just a month. You will pay the money. In the end, most likely, either this plot will be bought, or you will just spend money and decide not to build a house here. The decision is, of course, yours. The decision lies with the client, the one who pays the money. If you're ready for this complexity, for this challenge, then go ahead. If not, properly and effectively order a survey and anticipate this situation in advance. By the way, as a matter of fact, this is actually another thing that couldn't have been predicted. Last week, Austin had an unprecedented amount of rain that hadn't been seen in Texas for 50 years. This propane tank was installed just 1 day before the rain, and it stood firmly on its legs. But then a downpour came, water filled the pit, and the tank flipped over like a buoy. Now we need to order the Bobcat again at this point to put it in the right position, right now. How can this be predicted? I am a very meticulous person and pay close attention to choosing the site and calculating all the risks of the project. Since we are bringing in partners and getting financed by the bank, I am obliged to calculate the risks. How could one have calculated the drought, the Federal Reserve's decision to raise interest rates, or the rock underground? Draw your own conclusions, and if you're interested in how we will complete this project and insights on this topic, subscribe to my channel and leave comments and share your thoughts.